And if a Jubilee celebration is a test of popularity, it's one the Queen easily passed. Hundreds of thousands turned out to celebrate. Her speech that year seemed to recognise her unique place in the world.
I have been privileged to witness some of that history, and with the support of my family, rededicate myself to the service of our great country and its people, now and in the years to come.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
And then that same year, for the London Olympics, the Queen was cast in a brand new light.
Mr. Bond, Your Majesty.
The first royal Bond girl.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Good evening, Your Majesty.
A long reign can bring challenges. Unlike Elizabeth, Victoria had to spend almost 4 decades without her beloved husband by her side.
Queen Victoria did flag after the death of Prince Albert, not for the rest of her reign, as some people mistakenly think. It was really for about 10 years that she was much more in retirement, and she worked all the way through it. I mean, there's a fantasy that she was just lying on a daybed in sobs. I mean, in fact, she did work, but she found the performance role of the monarch too difficult in those years.
The politicians constantly feared, because she was so reclusive and shy and didn't like waving from balconies and didn't wear crowns, that somehow or another she was out of touch. And in a very mysterious way, she wasn't.
In June 1897, Queen Victoria was persuaded to make an effort for her Diamond Jubilee. She was captured in this rare footage, and she had an empire to call upon.
London had never seen anything like it. The Bengal Lancers, people from all over the world, African warriors, parading through the streets with all their wonderful costumes and uniform. It was partly a demonstration of this extraordinary political stability, that this institution, which had been so fragile in 1837, was now going stronger than ever in 1897, thanks to this very eccentric, clever but strange woman sitting in an open carriage riding through the streets of London in a black bonnet. The whole place was alive with excitement.
Both Victoria and then Elizabeth came here to St Paul's Cathedral to mark their Diamond Jubilees. For Victoria, who by then was 78, it was a rare public appearance. She was still mourning Albert decades after his death. And she was frail, too frail to climb these stairs and go inside. So instead, when her carriage drew up here in front of jubilant crowds, she remained in it, and the whole service came out to her. But we do know what Queen Victoria thought about her Diamond Jubilee. She wrote about it in her journals, and just a few years ago, Queen Elizabeth had them all put online. Victoria wrote, "A never-to-be-forgotten day. No one ever, I believe, has met with such an ovation as was given to me, passing through those 6 miles of streets, including Constitution Hill. The crowds were quite indescribable, and their enthusiasm truly marvelous and deeply touching. The cheering was quite deafening, and every face seemed to be filled with real joy. I was much moved and gratified." As well as being visible, the monarch must connect with every part of the United Kingdom. Today, the Queen, a direct descendant of Mary Stuart, Queen of Scots, arrives in Edinburgh for Holyrood Week. It starts with the ancient ceremony of the keys, unchanged since Victoria's time.
Well, it's a very significant process because it's the presentation of the city's keys to the monarch. But also, you know, for people of the city, it's a meaningful event because it's about